Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating. It's Friday, December 25th, 2020. Merry Christmas. Christmas is commonly thought of as celebrating the birth of the Christ, the Messiah, and it's the day that that event is acknowledged, but historically it's pretty well proven that it's about 4 months early that the Christ child was born during the Roman census, and that is pretty much pinpointed to be March. It was in the spring, and the activities were pinpointed to be in March of the year that is now recognized as the year 0. Which is fine because we, for example, adopted Baxter, and we knew that Baxter was approximately 5 years old based on reports and his teeth and how he looked, and it's tracking from that based on how he's turning gray, and we've had Boston Terriers, so he's on track. So he was approximately 5 years old when he appeared on our driveway, and he appeared on December 15th, and so we celebrate his birthday on December 15th.
That's
and we
right.
don't know what day he was actually born. And it's okay that we're celebrating the birth of a famous person inaccurately. That's okay. But Jesus is not the reason for the season.
Yeah,
the
that's what they're
solstice is the
saying.
reason for the season. And Christianity wanted to have fun times also when all their friends were having fun times, and
That's
they had
right.
converted to a new religion, but their friends were still celebrating the solstice, and so they said, okay, well, we can celebrate the birth of the Christ child now. There's no law that says we can't.
That's right.
And maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't a law. We don't know about that. But that's how it's landed, and it's okay. It's fine. But Jesus is not the reason for this season, and that's kind of offensive. And makes the person who says it sound really ignorant.
That's right.
We have been told for many years to not waste the portals that open on particular prayer days. And this is an important prayer day, approximately 2,000 years of prayers. And it might be only 1,800 years of prayers or something like that on this particular day. But enough prayers on this particular day to create an opening through the astrals, or at least that's the hope, to where we can get to where divine voices can actually hear us. And so we have this important assignment. All of us humans here on planet Earth have the assignment to stop the destruction of all life on Earth at humanity's hands, which is happening using tools sent in by the spirit world. But for example, backhoes, the spirit world sent in the idea of a backhoe, wanting it to be small, those cute little backhoes that you see on tiny farms.
That's right.
And humanity has distorted that to create enormous backhoes, and the spirit world never said to do that. And that's just one example of a lot of things that the spirit world never said to do that humanity is doing out of combinations of intentions. So it's unclear the details of how we're supposed to proceed, but it's clear that we're supposed to all work to stop the destruction, and to stop the destruction in a fair and just way. And we're supposed to use everything that we are and everything that we have in pursuit of that assignment. And if we have special skills, to use the special skills. And we have special skills of working interdimensionally, which are extremely difficult to acquire, take a long time, many years of focus and effort, and it's not easy, and you take a lot of abuse, you have to make a lot of sacrifices, but then you can do it, and to not waste that. And so our assignment is to inspire divine miracles, because we think at this point it's going to take divine miracles to stop the destruction, and we think all the data is pretty clear on that, because somebody's asking why.
Yeah.
Because the technology is easily available to solve this problem. This is not a technological challenge.
No, that's true.
It's a challenge of selfishness. And the selfishness seems to be in the atoms, and deeper than the atoms, it seems to be everywhere. And we've worked for a really long time, decades actually, to try and figure out how to unstick selfishness, how to heal it, and we don't know how. And we've acknowledged total failure in all aspects of this assignment. And having really tried for many decades to inspire a divine miracle to stop the destruction in a fair and just way, we think we can say we fail. It's a solid fail. But the assignment is still there, and actually the assignment is worded as inspiring a divine miracle to stop the destruction in a fair and just way, or die trying. And we can all die trying.
That's right.
So here we are again with this assignment, and we. It's interesting now. This feels like somebody in Saul's spaceship talking.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we know what the assignment is from above, from higher powers, percolating down through the spire of spirit. Is that higher powers way above ground zero planet Earth are supposed to converge on the bad tail of the bell curve of karma, to converge on those who are pulling the engine of destruction the hardest, and to just beat the bejeebies out of them with deliveries of accumulated karma and all of the unused, unworking, unemployed guardian angel, which is roughly 98%, but we could say 95% of guardian angels are doing nothing, basically, because it's too complicated.
That's right.
And they can all converge on even the worst 1% or the worst 2% or the worst 5% or the worst 10%. Some percentage that they will stop arguing with and get off the couch, stop eating Cheetos and get in action. And just beat the bejeebies out of those people in such a way as that the people around them wake up and see that there are higher powers, and that higher powers are displeased with humanity's destroying all life on Earth. And that's been the assignment, and we've become aware of this assignment over the past 2 years, but knowing how bad we are at everything in life, and all humans, not just these two, all humans are really bad at everything, and that's the unfortunate reality, and we don't like it any more than you do. But that is the reality. And they've probably been trying to say this to us, or through us, for a really long time, and it's just taken us a long time to figure out what they're saying. And they're talking about, for example, when this host life, in 1994, they started saying, you're not doing your work in the world, this isn't what you were born to do, you need to sell your CPA practice, and mumble, and we couldn't tell what they were saying, and so we delayed for a couple more years even working on that, and then started working on it in 96 and sold it in 97 and resold it in 98, because the first people were, wow, a disaster. And then it took you can't just sell a CPA practice, toss the keys and walk out. Like, it takes a couple of years to get out of there. And we finished in June of 99. And by then we're very ill. And we still couldn't tell what we were supposed to do, but in trying to get healed from the illness, which Western medicine had no solutions for, we discovered what we were supposed to be doing, which was alternative healing, angelically guided multidimensional energy healing for soul purpose. And so it's possible that upstairs, the guardian angelhood, all they can hear is mumble.
That's what they're talking about.
But we know what they're supposed to be doing is converging on the bad tail of the bell curve of karma and delivering accumulated karma to the bad tail of the bell curve of karma. And like, for example, fossil fuel executives, poison industry executives, mining industry executives, extraction industry executives, maybe real estate developers, etc., factory farmers, I don't know, but those who are destroying the planet, that's who the guardian angels are supposed to converge upon. And so why isn't it happening? So we have these questions in the bell, And they're in two sets. All but one has already been put on the table once with the camera running.
That's right.
And one of them hasn't yet been answered in front of the camera, and so we think that we're supposed to ask that one first, and then they will have all been asked once. And then maybe that will help unstick something so that we can figure out, why aren't the guardian angels acting? What is the missing ingredient? What is it we're supposed to do that will be inspirational enough that they'll start doing what everybody upstairs seems to know is the assignment? But so far they continue, even up to the dreaming of this last night, they're still trying to prove that they don't need to act, that everything's okay, and they send in souls to observe, but the souls don't even have the frames of reference. And so the souls see, like there was some soul on a train going through an absolutely empty flatlands area. There's no animals, no life visible, but the dreamer doesn't know what it's supposed to look like, and so he's kind of unaware that this is extremely bad and everything is dead. And that's how it is here. Look,
that's right.
Perfectly empty skies that at least are blessedly blue because air travel is down.
That's right.
Enough that the pollution doesn't overwhelm the local area.
That's right.
They're blue, but they're empty skies, and we know what they're supposed to look like, having lived here for a good long time. Not exactly here, but this is our home region. So the dreamer came to an area where he was not familiar with what it was supposed to look like, and he was part of an experiment, and he's going to report back that he didn't see signs of anything wrong because he didn't know what it was supposed to look like. But if you ask to be shown what it's supposed to look like, it has lots of life everywhere. So we think the experiment was flawed, and the experimenter knows it.
That's right.
And that's not good intent. And now what are we supposed to do?